Hey, what is that?
Moving, then vanishing as if they own our skies. Are we on the verge of a long-awaited extraterrestrial invasion?
What?
Because these sightings aren't slowing down. They're getting bolder than ever.
Whoa.
Deep in the Colorado woods, a quiet hike turned into something no one would expect. Between the trees sat a disc-shaped craft, resting on the ground as if it had just arrived. Before the hiker could fully process it, figures began stepping out. They looked identical, dark shapes moving calmly in different directions, spreading through the forest like they had a purpose. The man's breathing grew heavy as he watched from a distance. Fear took over, and he ran without looking back. He never found out what they were doing there. To this day, that patch of forest carries a question no one has been able to answer. Buried secret. A motion-activated trail camera captured footage that quickly unsettled an entire Colorado community. The video showed 3 gray figures with large dark eyes standing still near some bushes. Their eyes appeared focused, almost urgent, as if searching for something lost. The clip spread fast, and curiosity turned into unease. Authorities later examined the exact spot, scanning the area thoroughly, but nothing unusual was reported. Still, the footage remains. Whatever those figures were doing in the dirt, it seemed intentional. And the absence of answers only deepened the mystery surrounding those woods. Alien spaceship. Late one night in Ohio, 2 friends witnessed something that felt ripped from a sci-fi film. A massive dark craft moved slowly just above the ground, incredibly close to them. Blue lights glowed from its surface, yet the body itself was so shadowy they couldn't make out its full shape. What stunned them most was the silence. Something that huge should have caused chaos, yet it drifted smoothly without noise. They stood frozen, watching as it passed, and eventually disappeared into the darkness. Long after it was gone, one thought stayed with them. Maybe we are not alone. Desert abduction. An old clip resurfaced online, pulling viewers back into a decades-old secret. The footage allegedly dates to 1985 near Area 51, showing what appears to be a UFO hovering above a scientist before lifting him upward. Some claim it happened during a time when certain officials from NASA were rumored to be in contact with non-human visitors. According to the story, the incident was buried and never meant to be seen. Now that the video has reappeared, people are questioning what really took place in those restricted zones. Was it an elaborate hoax, or evidence of experiments that were never meant to leave the desert? Warehouse encounter. Strange sounds were heard from a warehouse in Allentown, Pennsylvania, drawing curious locals toward the source. Inside, they came face to face with something unexpected, a thin figure wearing a hoodie, with long fingers and wide, unusual eyes. For a moment, no one moved. Then chaos followed. As people tried to get closer, the being panicked and rushed out, disappearing into the night. It was never seen again. Some believe it was simply trying to blend in, choosing ordinary clothing to avoid attention. Whether it was a prank or something far stranger, the brief encounter left behind more questions than answers. Restricted escort.
That's not a suit. They're walking it right into the hangar. Look at the size of it. Those eyes. I've never seen anything like this. Soldiers all around. I can't believe I'm seeing.
A leaked video claimed to show something extraordinary near Area 51. A towering figure, said to be over 10 feet tall, walking calmly beside uniformed soldiers. The person who uploaded it insisted they had secretly entered a restricted zone to record the scene.
Oh my God, they got it.
In the footage, the soldiers don't appear alarmed. Instead, they seem to be guiding the being as if this were routine. Soon after, several versions of the clip reportedly vanished from the internet. That only fueled discussions about possible cover-ups. While no solid proof confirms its authenticity, the video continues to stir debate about what might really be happening behind closed gates. hovering glow.
I said, you carry your shit. Get out of here.
Late one night in California, a man driving home noticed a strange glow hovering above a nearby house. At first, he assumed it was a spotlight or decoration, but the light wasn't attached to anything. It floated just above the roof, perfectly still. He stopped and zoomed in with his phone. The object appeared smooth and solid, with no blinking lights or visible support. It remained motionless, almost as if observing the quiet street below. After several tense moments, the glow slowly lifted and faded out of view, leaving him standing there in stunned silence.
I said, you carry your shit. Get out of here.
Texas encounter.
Whoa.
Close to midnight in Texas, strange noises outside a home pushed a man to step out with his phone recording. The camera slowly zoomed toward a patch of plants near the yard's edge. Standing in the darkness was a tall, thin shape with what looked like a long head and wide, reflective eyes. It didn't rush or hide. It simply faced the house, unmoving. The moment he realized what he was seeing, panic took over, and he hurried back inside. The footage ended abruptly. No follow-up explanation ever came. Since then, viewers have debated whether it captured something real or just a trick created by light and shadow. Midnight Watcher. Late one evening in Valhermoso, Tamaulipas, Juanito Juan pointed his camera toward his backyard after noticing something unusual near the parked cars.
Fue grabado con el monocular de emisión nocturna.
In the black and white footage, a thin figure stood quietly between the vehicles. Its head appeared oversized, the chin narrow, and its dark, hollow-looking eyes faced directly toward the lens. It didn't move much, just stood there, as if aware it was being filmed. Juanito later said the figure remained for several moments before simply disappearing from view. When the clip surfaced online, reactions were split. Some believe he captured something not meant to be seen, while others insist shadows and distance can easily fool the eye. School landing. An old recording from 1994 has resurfaced, bringing renewed attention to a reported UFO sighting at a school in Zimbabwe. The short clip appeared to show a saucer resting on the playground before two small figures stepped out briefly. The video ended almost as quickly as it began, leaving many details unclear. Over the years, supporters have claimed it was part of a longer, possibly restricted recording, while critics argue it lacks solid proof. Decades later, the footage still divides opinions. Whether it documents an extraordinary event or a misunderstood moment, its reappearance has reopened questions that were never fully settled. Military base alien. This leaked clip from a restricted military base began circulating online, drawing immediate attention. The uploader claimed he had monitored the area due to earlier rumors of unusual activity. In the video, soldiers and equipment are clearly visible, but what stands out is a smaller figure among them, one that resembled common descriptions of a so-called alien being. What unsettled viewers most was the calm behavior of the personnel nearby. No visible panic, no urgency, just routine movement. Authorities have not confirmed the authenticity of the video. Until more information surfaces, it remains another unexplained recording, leaving people to interpret what they think they saw. Mumbai UFO. In Mumbai, India, witnesses reported seeing something extraordinary in the sky. A massive, glowing, ring-shaped UFO descending rapidly. The object appeared unusually large and bright, drawing attention from people across the area. It looked unstable, almost as if it had malfunctioned mid-air, and many expected it to crash. But just before it could come down, the glowing ring suddenly vanished without a trace. There was no explosion, no debris, and no visible smoke. The disappearance left everyone stunned and confused. Authorities provided no clear answers, and without physical evidence, the event remains unexplained, adding another strange chapter to global UFO sightings. Strange creature. Footage connected to the 1996 Varginha incident in Brazil has appeared online again, stirring fresh discussion. The video reportedly shows a being similar to what witnesses described years ago. A former officer is seen attempting to film it while someone nearby urges him to stop. Despite the interruption, he captures brief glimpses of a thin figure with brown-toned skin, a distinct marking on its head, large reflective eyes, and a fragile build. Supporters say these details align with earlier accounts, while skeptics question the clip's credibility. Even after decades, the Virginia case continues to raise doubts and curiosity about what truly happened there. UFO crash. In India, something really unbelievable happened 2 years ago. A UFO fell into one of the villages, causing disruption in everyday life. Locals gathered carefully, staring at a disc-shaped craft resting in an open area. Nearby laid a still figure that many described as non-human. No one claimed to understand what had happened or how it ended there. Before long, authorities arrived and removed both the craft and the body, sealing off the site without offering clear answers. No debris was left behind. No official explanation followed. The land returned to silence, but villagers still speak of that day, wondering what truly came down from the sky. Barn intruder. Strange noises near the horse stables led a farmer to grab a flashlight and quietly investigate his barn. As his phone camera scanned the dim interior, a small humanoid shape appeared crouched beside a feed container. It looked thin and pale, with long limbs and reflective eyes. Instead of acting hostile, it seemed cautious, slowly retreating as he stepped closer. The next morning, after reporting what he saw, unmarked vehicles arrived and blocked off part of his property. No public statement was ever made. Since then, the barn has remained quiet, but the unanswered questions still linger around that farm. Window watcher. A quiet night was interrupted by faint noises outside a man's window, prompting him to start recording. As the camera focused on the glass, a pale figure with a long head and large eyes appeared in view, peeking in from the darkness. It remained still for several seconds, almost studying the room. Then, as if noticing the lens pointed at it, the figure slowly backed away and disappeared. The video ended without any follow-up or explanation. Viewers remained divided, unsure whether they witnessed something extraordinary or a simple illusion. Still, the image of that silent presence at the window continues to unsettle many. Door figure. In New Mexico, a homeowner shared footage claiming something unusual was lurking outside his door. The camera showed a figure briefly leaning from behind a wall, as if trying to look inside. When the man stepped out to investigate, it quickly ducked out of sight. Online viewers questioned whether it was staged, especially after noticing a decorative ghost hanging on the door. However, the homeowner insisted it wasn't a holiday prank and said no one admitted to setting it up. Without proof either way, the short clip remains open to interpretation, leaving people to decide what truly stood outside that doorway. Smoky object. Last year, a man filming the sky captured an object moving overhead while trailing thick smoke. It didn't resemble a normal aircraft, and its motion looked unstable, almost as if it were struggling to stay airborne. The object shifted unevenly before dipping slightly. Then, without warning, the video abruptly ended. The clip quickly spread online, fueling intense discussions. Some reports claimed the object had landed nearby, and that authorities blocked access to the area soon after. No official explanation was ever released. The sudden cutoff and silence only deepened the mystery surrounding what was seen that day. Glowing orbs.
Look. Y'all thought I was playing. I know y'all see those lights.
In Miami, a man recording the skyline noticed 3 glowing objects moving together across the sky. At first, he assumed they were drones, but their synchronized motion felt different. The lights shifted in perfect coordination, maintaining equal distance as if guided by the same unseen force. They made no sound and showed no flashing indicators. Even the surrounding clouds appeared still as the objects floated silently above the city. The man's voice revealed genuine shock as he tried to process what he was witnessing. The 3 glowing orbs eventually drifted farther away, leaving him wondering if they were more than ordinary lights.
Look at that. And them clouds not even moving.
Pyramid flight. Near Groom Lake, Nevada, a military insider secretly leaked classified footage after being offered a large sum. The video showed soldiers standing around a massive bi-pyramid-shaped craft on an open stretch of land. From a safe distance, the cameraman captured the moment the object suddenly lifted off and flew into the sky. According to the source, this was one of the first prototypes closely resembling a UFO, built using advanced experimental technology and undergoing multiple flight tests. The leak was anonymous, and the insider was aware that getting caught could carry severe consequences. The footage has since circulated online, fueling debates about secret aerospace projects and their mysterious capabilities. Shapeshifter sighting. No one knows what exactly is roaming around in this footage. It shows a tall figure moving alone under dim streetlights. At first, it walked normally, its outline clear against the night. Then it suddenly stopped. Within seconds, it seemed to fade from view, vanishing from the frame entirely. Some viewers claim its shape shifted slightly before disappearing, suggesting something beyond ordinary explanation. Others argued it could be a camera glitch or clever editing. The sudden disappearance is what continues to puzzle people. With no additional footage or context, the clip leaves behind a single question: where did that figure go? VHS alien. An old VHS recording from Mexico recently resurfaced, drawing attention for something unusual in the background. 2 children are seen playing, while behind them a faint, pale shape slowly crosses the frame. The grainy quality makes it difficult to see clearly, blending the figure into the static and tracking lines. Some believe it resembled a small alien quietly observing. Others pointed out common tape distortions that often create strange illusions. The clip offers no clarity and ends without acknowledgement from those filming. Whether it's just aging footage or something more, the mysterious background movement keeps people replaying it. Garage shadow. While reviewing her garage CCTV, a woman noticed an unusual shape moving across one camera's screen. She mentioned seeing a shadow outside earlier, but only one device captured the figure. It walked in a way that seemed almost human, though its posture looked slightly off. Online viewers suggested it might have been a child, yet her mother later insisted no one was outside at that hour.
Could it be your son Bobby just goofing around?
No, I wouldn't let him out at dark by himself.
The discussion only added more layers to the mystery. With no additional angles and no clear explanation, the brief movement on that single camera remains open to interpretation. Forest creature. Near Bishopville, 2 friends fishing at night turned their camera toward the trees after spotting something unusual. Standing among the shadows was a tall figure covered in what appeared to be spike-like bumps. It moved slowly, almost blending into the woods. One of the men said he had lived there his entire life and had never seen anything similar. When the footage spread online, comparisons ranged from movie creatures to simple misidentification caused by poor lighting. The clip ended without revealing more. Even now, people continue to debate what exactly was standing between those trees. Wall figure. A backyard security camera captured a quiet scene until something slowly rose into view near the boundary wall. The figure appeared to peek over, its outline faint but noticeable. When zoomed in, some viewers said it resembled the classic image people associate with aliens. Others argued it could have been someone attempting to climb over. The short video offers no further movement or confirmation. It simply ended, leaving the identity of the watcher unresolved. That brief moment by the wall has been enough to keep conversations going. Ring encounter. In 2023, a homeowner's Ring camera recorded something unusual near a living room window. In the far corner of the frame, a figure with an elongated head and large, dark eyes appeared to peek inside. The man in the room seemed unaware, sitting calmly as if nothing was wrong. The being did not act aggressively, it simply watched. Once the footage was shared, reactions quickly split. Some viewers believed it showed a genuine encounter, while others suggested it was a costume or staged moment. With no clear proof either way, the silent observer at the window remains unexplained. Night intruder. A sudden noise pulled a woman out of her sleep in the middle of the night. The house was dark and quiet, but something didn't feel right. Assuming it might be an intruder, she grabbed a flashlight and stepped into the hallway. The beam landed on a thin figure standing only a few feet away. Its large, reflective eyes caught the light instantly. It appeared startled, almost confused, raising its arms as if trying to block the brightness. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, the figure was gone. The clip later surfaced online, leaving viewers to question what truly stood in her home that night. Forest watch. Following reports of a UFO sighting, a military team entered a dense forest under cover of darkness. Flashlights swept across trees as they searched for any sign of activity. Suddenly, movement caught their attention. Partly hidden behind the trunks stood a pale figure with wide, rounded eyes watching them closely. It never stepped fully into the open, remaining half concealed as if studying the soldiers. After several tense moments, it slowly retreated deeper into the woods. No official details were released afterward. Whether it slipped away unnoticed or something more occurred beyond the cameras remains uncertain. Crash witness. A loud impact outside a man's home in 2003 sent him rushing for his camera. The sound was heavy, like something large had dropped from the sky. Near a tree line, he noticed movement and carefully moved closer. Peering from the shadows was a pale figure with an oversized head and prominent eyes fixed on him. The encounter lasted only seconds before fear took over and he ran back inside. The footage soon spread widely online. Some viewers believed the crash signaled a landing, while others argued it was staged. Years later, the brief clip continues to divide opinions. Skinwalker Ranch incident. Body camera footage reportedly linked to Uinta County deputies near Skinwalker Ranch stirred intense discussion online. Officers had responded to reports of movement around an old property when a pale, long-limbed figure emerged from the darkness. Its posture looked unnatural, and its feet appeared sharp against the ground. The deputies' voices revealed clear shock as the figure paused briefly before darting away at surprising speed.
Sir, you okay? Stay with.
Some viewers connect the sighting to local legends, while skeptics question the origin of the video itself. With no confirmed explanation, the strange encounter remains open to interpretation.
You okay? Stay with. Oh my God.
Dashcam visitor. Late at night, a parked car's dashcam recorded something unexpected beside the vehicle. A tall, humanoid figure stood still near the driver's side, its head appearing slightly larger than normal proportions. It didn't move aggressively or approach, just remained there, scanning the quiet surroundings. After a few seconds, its outline seemed to thin, almost blending into the darkness. Then, it was gone. The disappearance looked clean and sudden, with no obvious sign of editing. Online discussions quickly followed, yet no solid explanation has surfaced for what the camera captured. Area 51, morning. A rumored leak from Area 51 showed a scene that left many unsettled. In the footage, one thin figure stands over another lying motionless on the ground. The standing being appears still, almost reflective, as if acknowledging what happened. Some claim the fallen figure had been part of secret experimentation. Others doubt the authenticity of the entire clip. What caught attention most was the presence of emotion in the posture of the standing figure. Whether genuine or fabricated, the video fueled serious debate about what might be hidden behind restricted doors. Texas orbs. On a ranch near Marfa, Texas, glowing orbs began appearing on security cameras late at night in September 2011. The lights hovered near cattle fields, growing brighter over several evenings. Soon after, the ranchers reported capturing footage of two unusual figures walking past their barn. No visible damage was found, yet 3 cows went missing around the same time. Marfa is already known for unexplained lights, adding more weight to the story. The couple insists what they recorded was unlike anything they had seen before, whether connected to local legends or something else entirely. The mystery around that ranch still lingers. Texas UFO. In 2010, a Texas resident was moved by a loud booming sound near his home. Thinking something had exploded, he rushed outside to investigate. What he claims to have found was shocking: a badly damaged UFO resting on the ground. As he watched, a pale figure reportedly crawled out of the wreckage, moving weakly. He recorded the scene and later sent the footage to higher officials. For a brief moment, local newspapers mentioned the strange crash. But almost as quickly as it appeared, the story was buried and disappeared from headlines. No official explanation was ever given, leaving the mysterious boom unresolved. Chicago lights. On December 23, 2025, a man in Chicago stepped outside for a routine walk when he noticed 5 bright lights suspended in the sky. They were not blinking like drones or moving like airplanes. Each light glowed steadily, resembling small fireballs frozen in place. Curious, he zoomed in on his phone, expecting them to move or fade. Instead, they remained perfectly still. But the moment he zoomed back out to capture all 5 together, every single light vanished at the exact same time. No sound, no movement, just gone. The footage caused intense debate, yet no clear explanation has surfaced. Tokushima sighting. In 2024, massive unidentified objects were spotted and recorded near Mount Kenzan in Tokushima Prefecture, Japan, a location already famous for UFO activity. Tourists froze in awe as the enormous crafts hovered silently in the sky. Locals, used to occasional strange lights, admitted these larger, more defined objects were unlike anything they'd seen before, while some suggested it could be experimental technology being tested by Japan. The footage reignited conversations about the mountain's long-standing reputation for unexplained aerial phenomena. Ocean hover. Footage from a patrol boat revealed a saucer-shaped object hovering above the ocean surface. Sunlight reflected off its metallic body, making it clearly visible against the sky. It stayed perfectly still and made no sound. The crew watched in silence before reporting what they had seen, yet no further explanation followed. When the video surfaced online, debates quickly began. Some claimed it was advanced technology, others dismissed it as staged. Still, the way it calmly hovered above open water without movement or noise made the encounter difficult to ignore. Red orbs. While returning from the hills in Peru, a hiker noticed multiple red disc-shaped objects hovering over the city skyline. They appeared and disappeared in strange intervals, creating an unreal scene. Then, a smaller glowing orb drifted downward, moving slowly near the ground as if searching. The hiker watched nervously, unsure of what he was witnessing. After several moments, the larger objects vanished one by one, followed by the smaller orb. They left as suddenly as they arrived. The unsettling question remained: what drew them there in the first place? Plane companion. While traveling to Peru, a UFO researcher experienced something unexpected mid-flight. Looking out the window, he saw a glowing disc-shaped object flying alongside the plane. It wasn't distant or faint. It matched the aircraft's speed with unsettling precision. He insists there was no reflection and no other aircraft nearby. For several moments, it remained clearly visible before suddenly veering away and vanishing. The encounter left him stunned but convinced of what he had seen. For someone already investigating sightings, this experience didn't create doubt. It strengthened his belief. Scottish disc. Earlier this year, a short clip showed a metallic disc-shaped object moving across the skies of the Scottish Highlands. It glided smoothly above distant mountains without flashing lights or sudden direction changes. The motion appeared steady and controlled, unlike typical aircraft. After drifting for several seconds, it disappeared into the clouds. The footage was brief, yet the calm and deliberate movement left a lasting impression. Viewers debated whether it was advanced technology or clever editing, but the simplicity of its flight path kept the discussion alive long after the clip ended. Glass UFO.
Op.
In Texas, a man held a small piece of glass up toward the sky and noticed something unusual. Through the glass, a hovering object appeared clearly above him, but when he lowered it and looked with his bare eyes, the sky was empty. He repeated the motion, and the object was only visible through the glass. The strange difference stunned him. The clip quickly fueled debates online. Some suggested a trick of light or reflection, while others wondered if certain materials could reveal what normally stays hidden. The unanswered mystery continues to intrigue viewers.
Вот такая вот хуйня. Оп. И все.
Prism object. Residents of Medellin looked up after spotting a dark prism-shaped object hovering above the city. It remained suspended for several minutes, slowly rotating in a steady, deliberate motion. The object did not rush or dart across the sky. Instead, it held its position calmly as people recorded from below. After some time, it began drifting across the skyline while continuing to spin. The smooth, controlled movement left many unsettled. Even after it disappeared from sight, residents continued discussing what they had witnessed and searching for answers that never fully arrived.